Hey guys, Nikki Hamel with my web assignments reflection. First things first, was the three favorite websites that I had examined. My top three would be third would have been the For Teachers, just because it wasn't quite as easy as the others to maneuver and set things up for lesson plans or any of that. The Quia would be my number two pick, just because it was easy to set up the assignments or activities. I felt like it was really self explanatory and easy to use. And then my top pick would have been the Brain Pop, just because it felt very inviting when you got onto the website. And once you picked something and went with it, it was very self explanatory, very simple. It explained how to do everything, and it just seemed easy to use. Um, do I think that any of these websites would be worth the cost? Yes. I think in a classroom setting, I think any and or all webs of these fee-based ones would be worth it. It's just one, convincing your school board or whatever, or even pitching the money out of your own pocket. I do think it would be worth it for the students and for you as a teacher. It makes things easier and it's accessible all the time. My experience using the Quia, and do I think it's something that I would use as a future teacher? I do think it would be something I would use as a future teacher. It was very easy. Once I figured out what I wanted to do, it was super easy. All I did was pick whether I wanted activity I wanted to do, whether it was the hangman, the word search, the flashcards. It was super easy to use, and it walked you through it step by step, gave you a bunch of different options. I think it's a very good resource to use as a teacher because it's accessible all the time, and it's something that your students can use to study at any time. So I enjoyed it, and I do think it would be a good resource to use later on in my career. Was I able to find any useful resources for my future classroom? Yes, I do think the OERs would be good resources, and I did find a couple. I feel like that's one thing that you kind of have to think about as a teacher and look into and do more research on, is those topics and those subjects. You just have to get into the actual teaching part of it and then kind of go into it. It's one of those that's a little bit difficult to understand as a student, but I did look into them and go into like the Merlot, and I do think it's a great opportunity and a very great resource to use. It's just getting there and getting and actually using it in our careers. For me, that was the biggest thing. Other than that, I actually enjoyed this assignment because it was very helpful in the online resources in the classroom.